Isn't it interesting how we see ourselves in the mirror and then you see yourself on video and you're going, oh my. Either way, let's just feel the beauty within that exudes outwardly for kindness towards ourselves. Now, something to say the least, how much I love gongs. I'm like being divinely connected to them in a different way than I realized. And now I'm like, creation, there's so much I want to do with them, and bowls, and greater than my understanding. Today I got to have a beautiful healing session, a sound healing session, but also I got to sit with another and sing, and it's just beautiful. And it's funny because we were recording it, but the recording stopped automatically, so it wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be like a practice to enjoy with one another. And she's like, oh, it's too bad that didn't go through. Either way, I realize I have to be like everyone else and get what's up. I've been, let's just say, I went off because of the weird things that occur on WhatsApp. And so here I am in this rental. I love the, what do you call it, projector rose? Either way, it's a beautiful car. But I'm told to get it repaired and the parts and what it would cost would be very expensive. And so, either way, Lord love a duck. Everything seems expensive no matter how you look at it. But it's good to be wise. And I realized in my session things came up. I was like, whoa, standing my sovereign, being myself, from being invaded by those that I don't welcome to invade my sovereign space, to say the least. People have sold their house, have sold their cars just to be rid of those that invade their sovereign spaces, like witches and warlocks and sorcerers and those of the sort. And I just don't want anything to do with that. I just want to be a human living a life experience. Which reminds me, I have a whole bunch of stuff to attend to say the least. I got some food to deliver, a nice walk to go on. I got paperwork to do, I got gongs to play, I've got bowls to create and do different things with. And yeah, and to be grateful and thankful that I'm being preoccupied in this manner. I got a garage to paint, at least get the foundational paint done. And who knows what will come forward with regards to the exterior of my home. I got work to do. And you can hire people to do the work, don't get me wrong. At the same time, I'm like, whoa, there's such projects to be done at this time. And so, teaching myself, I guess, in a way, different things, as many do. I'm craving a bagel right now. I went on a long stretch of fasting, and then yesterday I gave in because of a friend who passed, and I just like, you know what, I just need that comfort food. And comfort it was. It was beautiful retreat at the monastery, and this beautiful retreat, there was food that another passed on to me to gift to others. So I was able to. She said, gift to your neighbors, you know, and I said, okay, my neighbor's my friend. She said, yes. So gifted to my neighbors. It's funny how things come forward and then you're like, oh, and then gifted to the neighbor's son, gifted to a friend, and now another friend who we're not all wealthy, to say the least. And so it was really nice once in a while to receive a treat. And so I'm just thankful and I'm grateful for the community those that put on these retreats and gift food. And I've done it too, where I have been a part of that creation, where volunteering and a lot of money goes into it, by the way, when you are gifting food and you make a bundle for like 50, 100 people, whatever the case may be, right? And as a collective, you come together and you feed people. So when people go to retreats, the donations go a long way in helping out, not towards the food. That's us just giving of our heart, giving of our time, giving, you know, what we have financially. There are those that can't, and that's okay too. But there's things that unfold beautifully and that are gifted to us in the process in different ways. So when you think of abundance, you think of wealth, the joy of being around others, the joy of receiving, the joy of giving, and being of service in great ways. When you're able to, it can make a huge difference. So it was just eating a little bit of the rice that was made, and it was a peanut sauce, and it was really, really good. Even eating it cold, for me, it was really joyful. And so I forgot. Oh, Lord love a duck. A friend of mine today, I meant to gift her a card. Now, what I'm going to do is, normally, this is what I do. I have a pouch, and I had I think 3 different decks of 45 cards in there, and I've just gifted out to people. Nothing on the back, as in not putting my business label, nonprofit, whatever it may be. This one just popped out. So beautiful. We're always, 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 when it comes to Angel Gabriel, self-discovery, it's like I was noticing with my gong, I'm calling it my gong. It's not my gong. A friend of mine loaned it to me. She says, I'm not trying to force you in buying it, but and it's kind of funny, because I'm like, okay, I was trying these 2 different gongs, and they were talking back and forth to each other, and she was showing me, and I was just like, whoa. And then I was just like, okay, that one says to take it with me, and the other one says to take it with me. And then I'm like, okay, this one's going to teach me something. And self-discovery, not perfection. And even within myself and my appearance of who I am, how I create, even in a way of communication, not to be hard on myself and just be with what is and see the beauty that exudes beyond what it is I see. We all are so hard on ourselves. It's like today I said to somebody 3 times, you are beautiful, you are beautiful, you are beautiful. May you see the beauty within you. I know we can be hard on ourselves. Oh my gosh, it's like we just know we are. And so do things that make you feel good. Anything and everything that may make you feel good. And it'll help you self-discover within you. You don't have to self-discover in everything else and anything else that surrounds you. And I'm not saying, being self-centered and self-focused. You can self-discover in different ways as well. I know for my self-discovery, I make it very clear that whatever anybody's faith, belief, values, whatever it may be, it's their values, their faith, their belief, and whatever it is, they're sovereign beings, they have sovereign space, and they're entitled to that. Whether you agree with it or not, no matter what it is, each person has their journey. We have to remember, truth is truth. And so when it comes to each and every person's truth, whatever it may be, that is their truth. Not that we're here to be right or wrong by any means. It has nothing to do with that. It has to be in self-discovery of ourselves. And so if you find you want to be a better person, then you're going to do the things that make yourself to be a better person. What are your coping strategies? What is it within your heart? And it's like a bag, a storage bag, where you have all these beautiful things that help you grow and flourish and be as it may, and as a human being living a life experience. So whatever it may be that makes you feel good. Like some people say shop therapy makes them feel good, but then you also self-discovery. Wait a second here. There's things we can do to self-discover and make ourselves feel really good. Maybe it's being of service and helping another, which helps you in the long run and without any expectations. So, oh, I see a monarch butterfly. It's still here. I have a visitor, and the monarch butterfly comes around in my backyard, and sometimes I'll leave and I'll let it be, and I'm like, there you go, 99%. How's that saying go? I've said it before, where it's 99% of the law is... Anyway, I can't remember how it went, but at the time, I remember I went in the back, and I'm like, oh, the butterfly's all and it was about to fly away. I'm like, nope, because I was feeling oneness with it, and it was beautiful. And I'm like, 99% of the law is whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So either way, just know it to be back to who you are as a human being, living a life experience. If you feel disheveled and you feel sad and down in the dumps, then just be with it. Allow yourself to be with it. What is it that you can do in that coping strategy bag within your heart that can lift you and ignite your own light? Because we can dampen our own light, but we can ignite it too. And when we dampen our own light, sometimes we recognize it's our expectations, it's our morals, values, ethics. that may not be in line with someone else, and that is okay. Let them be on their road, their journey of self-discovery in wellness, however it may be. Allow that to be exactly as it may. And so to discover, and by the way, I've been doing audio car videos for a very, very, very long time. I don't know how many I have from way back. Even the videos that I've done back in 2000 and, what is it? 2020, 2021, somewhere in there. Either way, I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe it's manuals coming in and somebody full of curiosity. That's the thing. Do not cross the line. Again, my moral values and ethics is not cross the line with people's ashok records and invading their sovereign space as a sovereign being. There are people that do it. They will download. They will do things where other people feel their pain bodies. And it's like, come on. Please, may you see the sovereign being you are. Accept what is. It's like we've been taught by many. Can cleanse, clear all energy, emotions that aren't ours. What is may remain. What is not, please. Don't say the devil made you do it and that here you are, you're feeling free from whatever, but the devil made you do it. You may want to check here what's going on, right? In a way of just not transmitting your pain onto others. And so, but at the same time, I'm not to bear judgment, am I? I'm just to be, stop, take a step back, observe and process and be with what is and say, no, thank you, not for me. That is not for me. And so we're tested every day on certain things and who we are. And even the manual, sometimes it's not you, it's not your thought, it's not your process. It's like accepting yourself, looking in the mirror and going, okay, I accept myself who I am. But society as a norm, it's like, oh, look at her teeth are brown. Or you look at somebody else and you could say the same thing. But it's not even your thought, it's not even your process. And you wonder, who is entering my consciousness, bearing judgment upon someone else? That is not me, that is not my thought. No, thank you. How dare you invade my sovereign space, my sovereign being? You know, this is not a matter of, this is like picking things up seminally and knowing that those around you, some people would say psychic, there's psychic warfare that goes on, there's telepathic communication, there's different things that unfold and you know it to be true. And then that's the thing, is when you're in front of someone and you pick up their seminal cue, it's good to ask them, not assume it to be true, but ask them and say, okay, what's around us energetically that's having that flow of thought form process? I'm not here to bear judgment upon you and the way you look and the way you're presenting yourself. Who is that? That if we're all divinely connected and something's invading your sovereign space and you find yourself bearing judgment and then you're like, wait a second, that's not me, that's not myself, that's not what I would be doing right now. Please go away. No, thank you. That is not my thought form. No, thank you. Remind yourself of the sovereign space, the sovereign being you are. Know yourself. Self-discover and know you. Know your values. Know your morals. Know your ethics. Know that sense of value in who you are. If you're a talented artist and you're able to perform and do beautiful things, pat yourself on the back and say thank you. Thank you, Source. Thank you, God. Thank you, Creator. Whatever you believe in. Gratitude goes a long way. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, there are times you'd be surprised. Like, I'd be driving away sometimes and I'm like, thank you. Like, I have a friend who's Jewish and sometimes, I don't say it out loud, but I may say a prayer in her presence, or I may turn around and say shalom as I leave, but it doesn't need to be said out loud. It may be coming from my heart and something of a sort that I feel I do. Sometimes silence is great, even when you show gratitude. It's okay. So don't ever assume that people aren't full of gratitude. I know my sister has done that before, where I was just like, and then it's my own expectations, right? It's my own expectations, and then discovering later, oh no, she shows gratitude, but just in a different way. So don't assume. Again, not you, not yourself, not your thought form process. Self-discovery. Okay, what is you? Discover who you are. How is it that you can be a part of service, not only for yourself, for others, and being love, being kindness, so that we can evolve in a homecoming way this year, so that 2027, which is 11, which is peace, have a peaceful year of 2027. Because I'll tell you, 2026 is a year where many people, it's the year, right? It's of the horse, it's fire, it's go, but sometimes it's okay to stop, take a step back, observe and process what it is that you're involving yourself into, right? Because not only that, this is a year where that self-discovery is awakening. It's like, whoa, I'm learning something about myself I did not realize. And that's okay. Accepting, forgiving, taking accountability and responsibility for whatever it may be. But don't get sucked into the wormhole, if I may say. If you feel like somebody's attacking your character, somebody's attacking you, that's for them to own, okay? Because the reality is from their perspective, from their truth. And that's up to them to self-discover and to process and see what's really important to them in the process of what is. There's different realms they speak of and how we are in vibration. Don't get me wrong, and just the other day, my heart could have felt ripped out knowing a friend had crossed and feeling frustrated. It was like I went through the stages of grief so very quickly. And I'm recognizing that here I am. I'm like, I can't even read this. I can't even, like, I'm washing the dishes and I'm just like, nope, don't want to hear from spirit. I love you, even my dear friend, but I'm like, yep, I could hear her, and I'm like, yep, I'm just washing the dishes. I'm really mad right now. Not mad at anyone in particular, maybe just at myself, because we were connected so beautifully, long conversations since she lived a little far away, but just being hard on myself because I'm like, how can I miss her birthday? Wait a second, that was just 3 or 4 days ago. How can I miss it, right? And then I'm like, we're only 18 days apart. And it just happened. And then she died just right after. And I'm just like, how could I forget that? So hard on myself in the process. But having to forgive myself is very, very important. And some things unfold exactly as they may. And knowing with her, it was supposed to exactly unfold exactly as it is. So that I can learn as well not to be so hard on myself. Love her dearly. Emotional basket case yesterday and the night before. But at the same time, processing and enjoying and appreciating and respecting the creation of my hands and how I look forward to doing things. So she was very creative with her hands and was a teacher and was a beautiful being. And the epiphany that hit me was how we all we're perfectly imperfect. So we all have our faults. So for example, there's people that smoke. There's people that drink. There's people that do illicit drugs. There's people that have eating addictions. There's people of all walks of life. And so who am I to bear judgment upon anyone? I would never say this to her because I loved her unconditionally, but she was a smoker. And she had quit and was proud of her for quitting, but she went back to smoking again. And she died of breast cancer, but also lung cancer. And so it spread through her body. And so, like my mother had lung cancer, and it just takes a hold of you. But the beauty of her and how she enthralled in life and still lived. She lived. And me being a part of encouraging her. And so no matter what, bearing judgment upon others for what they do, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be in a partnership, as in, let's say, a relationship where I'm living with someone and they're a smoker. That's just me. I don't want to go to bed with somebody that I marry one day and they're smoking, because it's just, for me, it's a big trigger. And recognizing, self-discovering within me, it's a big trigger, the smell of smoke, because of the history, right? My truth is, my mom, my grandmother died from smoking. My grandfather, died from smoking. My grandmother died from breast cancer. It's like somebody being prejudiced against somebody because they're diabetic. I mean, sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? So we accept each other as human beings unconditionally for who we are, no matter what. I've loved people that have been smokers, and I love them unconditionally because of the beauty in who they are. So all of a sudden you meet somebody who has a food addiction. Now you can't have anything to do with them because they have a food addiction. It just doesn't make sense, does it? So let's not bear judgment if we can, even though we have morals, values, and ethics and instilled, and we want to associate with those of our kind and this and that. Certain people, don't get me wrong, are edged out in a certain way. Maybe it's because they're a shitty person to you. They're disrespectful and they cross the boundaries and are unethical. And they could be, feeling like they have no addictions of any sort. Or maybe they are the type of person that has no tattoos, and yet they think themselves as a higher presence because they have no tattoos. Or maybe think of themselves as a higher presence because they have no addictions to anything at all. Because they don't have an addiction gene. That sort of thing, and thinking they're prestige and they're better. Trust me, everyone has their faults. Everyone is perfectly imperfect the way they are. And so we're all living, we all learn from one another, but we all teach one another as well. And so I'll leave you with that. May you be well, may you be happy, may you flourish, may you grow. Because there's always those doors of opportunity. And you, with free will, get a choice to open or close those doors. I remember a teacher long ago said to me, whatever door of opportunity opens, take it. Take it. Well, free will says whether you just decide to take it or not is up to you. And so, may you be free from anger, may you be free from ill will, may you be free from jealousy, may you be free from mental suffering, may you be free from physical suffering. And I'm not to take away anyone's experience. As I pray, may you find the path, however it may, so it can bring you happiness, bring you harmony, bring you peace, however it may be. Use that beautiful coping strategy bag that you store within your heart. And these are clear knowing things that that works divinely for you because you built up the wisdom in knowing it to be so. And so let's be kind and loving to one another. I just know for myself, as I say, I'm going to leave this with you. It's like someone came to me in my sleep last night, a beautiful once RCMP officer who I got to know on a different level. I'm full of gratitude. So thank you. And then woke up this morning to an elegance voice that says, Tina. And or it just said once, but it woke me up and I was like, oh, thank you. It could have been an angel. I can use discernment. It could have been anybody or anything. But it was of love. It was of light. It was reminding me you have things to do and your alarm's not going to go off on your phone. So full of gratitude. Now don't get me wrong, there are those human beings out there that invade on people's spaces, sovereign beings, pretend to be elegance and grace and are invading people's sovereign space. They own that. They have to take responsibility for that. And I believe it all gets caught up with that human being. I believe in the Great White Brotherhood, of karma. I believe in the Golden Council of metta and merit. I believe in that stuff. It's usually Golden Council of merit, but metta as well, which is love and kindness. And so I like to always say sadhu, shalom, amen. I'll even add McWitch. However you receive is totally okay with me, and I'm sure with others that are of love, of kindness, of dharma, however it may be. We're not here to pick each other apart. And if we are, it sure is an experience of self-discovery and realizing, mirroring a fact, to say the least. So let's just please ascend, all of us. I know today there was some manual messages brought down for me, kind of like, oh, you may want to do this. I remember I bought something, for example, and I got home and it was 2 cans of paint and it was only charged for 1. And I was just like, luckily I didn't have to use that can of paint, but either way I brought it back and I said, you know what, I didn't get charged for this. What am I to do with it? And there was no mixture, it was just a white paint. And she goes, no problem, I'll take care of it. And I said, okay, thank you. And so I just let it be as it may. And so there's some manuals, it's like my car getting checked and the assessment and this and that. The assessment, if I had a little stone chip and they're assessing it as a whole, like, I'm not going to pick myself apart with every little thing. I got hail damage all over the car. So now I have to go back and say, excuse me. Now see, that's where somebody's invading my sovereign space and my being and picking me apart and saying, oh, maybe you want to check the difference between the hail damage and the stone chip. Let's not do the stone chip because I don't know where that came from. It's like, Lord love a duck, that's the world I end up living in, because my authenticity and my honesty, like, I'm talking crazy stuff I have done. Most people are like, what? You had it in your car, just put it in your car, it's meant to be. I'm like, nope, karma, right? Merit, gotta bring it back, you gotta do this, because I just, some people would say superstition, like give yourself a break, but not me. There's honest and authenticity and different things. Trust me, I'm being tested with the car that I'm renting, and they're like, oh, well, if the car's not being worked on within those hours and the radius, and this guy is playing God with the insurance company that I'm dealing with, I'm like, oh, Lord, love a dog, So I get to come in the clear knowing of certain things with that person, even though I don't want to. I'm like, I don't want to invade that person's sovereign space, the sovereign being. I'm just going to let things unfold with the great council of, the brotherhood of great white brotherhood council of karma, and I'm gonna allow the council of metta and merit to take care of whatever is meant to take care of, because I'm not going to allow myself to beat myself up because of however society is looking at each and every one of us, because we're all perfectly imperfect the way we are. So again, I'll leave you with that. And the salutations I said earlier, be well, be happy, if you can. And if not, you're in pain and suffering, sit in it, experience it, process it, because it is also beautiful, and taking our time in the process of what is.